So
Mm.
right here, this guy right here, man, this is number one. This guy is a guard slash center. Zack Frasier out of West Virginia. He played a majority of center in college.
He looks solid.
He played a little bit of guard. He is very solid, bro. He's got a wrestling background. I think he was like 4-time state champion or something like that, and two-time something with football. But point is, if you watch him after we leave here, man, pull up his tape, and man, this guy, the same excitement I got from watching Panay Sewell play football is the same excitement I get from this guy. The
I
report
think
that
I think I did do a little bit of research on this guy actually, and the thing about offensive tackles, the thing about offensive tackles to me is their highlights don't really stand out. I mean, it's every time I watch highlights of an offensive tackle, I end up watching the playmaker. But what I did see of him did look pretty good.
when I watch offensive linemen, I look at really two things. I love seeing offensive linemen pull, getting out on the edge, finding somebody to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing that run blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Pass blocking. Yeah, I'm with you. Pass blocking is pass blocking. Like it's almost like you could do it or you can't do it. But I love seeing guys getting out on the edge, moving their feet, big bodies hitting somebody, and also I just love to see violence, man. And this guy is violent. I love seeing them throwing people to the ground, just overpowering people. That was what Penn School's highlight tape looked like, and this guy has the same thing.
I like how you use one of the Lions keywords.
Violence.
Violence.
Yeah, this guy plays violent, man, and like I said, he's got a wrestling background. Like that's his wrestling. Wrestling is like his primary sport, and football is the secondary. And he's just transitioning into football. So check him out. Go to the next guy. Jonah Ellis. There's your defensive end, man.
Okay.
This guy is the son of former Lion Luther Ellis.
Hmm.
Yeah. I thought you might.
Okay. I used to like Luther Ellis.
I thought you might like that. This kid, man, I like this kid. Pairing him up with Hutch, him on one side, Hutch on the other. This kid, if you look at his highlights, he's got the spin move, he's got the bull rush, he's got the quickness. He's diagnosing the play. He's got a high motor. I looked and I'm like, I liked him so much, man. I'm like, why is he mocked to the second round? Why is he not a first round talent? And basically, it kind of sounded like he's got injuries. He's got a lot of injuries in his college career.
Oh, Brad Holmes loves that.
That's another reason I put him on there. But on top of that, though, if you look at it, though, James Houston has injuries. So you go out and get this guy who has very high potential, but is an injury risk. You don't got to worry about it. Hey, he's not going to be a every down player anyway. You can split time with James Houston or was it Marcus Davenport, and just slowly work him in, let him get his body right, and I think watch this guy too, man. His tape is great. I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check him out because Luther Ellis was definitely one of my guys, man. I was a Luther Ellis fan.
Dude said he has 11 brothers and sisters.
Wow. Luther Ellis be getting it in.
All right, this guy right here is a Brad Holmes, Bruce Diggy special, man. Not so much me. He's not my prototypical cornerback, but the Lions do need help at corner. And this guy, Max Melton, DB out of Rutgers, also another good highlight tape. He shows a little bit of everything. He's not the big cornerback that I want, but definitely a hard hitter. I know you and Brad both love your hard hitting DBs. This guy's a hard hitter. This guy's a playmaker. He's got a couple interceptions on his tape.
Is he fast? I need him to be able to run with the big dogs.
He talks. I watched an interview with him, and he talked about in high school he was I think he said he led the state in punt return, kick return yards, and touchdowns. So yeah, dude got speed. He definitely got speed, and I like him, man. I like him. He, like I said, he's not my type of DB, but he can cover. He has some playing. He's got some film on the outside. He does enough to where I'm like, hey, I give a stamp of approval on this guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a good guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's if Rakestraw isn't there in the second round after we pick our DN in the first round. I'm just saying.
We'll see, man. These mock drafts is changing every day. My guy, I can't remember his name. Not Fuaga, not the old lineman Fuaga, but it was another old lineman with a name that was similar. And I talked about him in the last video, but that guy's moved all the way up in my drafts. He moved all the way up to like top 15 pick. Like when I looked at him, he was like second, third round. So yeah, I mean, it's some shit. Your boy, Jared Verse is dropping to the mid 20s. So hey,
that's what I want to hear.
You never know, man. This is getting crazy. But all these mock drafts, man, all they saying is Kool-Aid, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's Kool-Aid everywhere.
Shame, man. But that's okay. I ain't studying, man, because you know what? They do that to the Lions every year, man. They put some random guy in the Lions slot, and everybody just sticks with that because the Lions. Nobody ever does research on the Lions. Everybody just, you know, whenever I hear anybody talk about the Lions, it's never like so the Green Bay will come up and they'll do this long in-depth rundown of why Green Bay will pick this guy, and then they'll do the Cowboys and the Seahawks and the Falcons. All of them have long in-depths of why they're gonna pick this guy and why he fits and what happens. And then they get to the Lions and be like, yeah, and the Lions are gonna pick Kool-Aid. Moving on to our next pick, and I'm like, damn.
Hey man,
but they do it every year, man, and they do that, and they do that, and hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Something like they do that, and and then they never end up picking the guy that everybody slots in our slot anyway. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm really not worried about it. Like I won't be mad if they pick Kool-Aid, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, the last mock draft that I heard for first round, they took Adonai Mitchell, who is a receiver out of Texas. Like I said, I had a lot of time today, so I ended up looking at I ended up going more in depth into the draft overall. So these receivers that everybody's talking about, I wanted to look at some of them. Adonai Mitchell.
What's his name? Cole somebody, and I can't even.
Keon Cole.
And it's another one that everybody mocks to us. I can't remember his name right now.
Keon Coleman, I wouldn't be mad at that. You know how I feel about taking a receiver in the first round, but Keon Coleman is a big body receiver. He's fast. You know, he fits the bill. But speaking of receivers, this guy, Xavier.
That's the other guy. That's the other guy that everybody mocks to us. Him right there.
Now,
I've heard his name a couple of times.
This guy right here, man. Let me tell you. This guy, I looked at 3 wide receivers in the second round, and the other 2, one was I can't remember his name, Troy something, and the other one was like Jalen Polk, I want to say, or something like that. But they were forgettable. That's why I don't know their names. but Xavier Legette, man, that guy stood out. Like, wow. Guy's fast, high points the ball. He's a big body. Me and you kind of agree on Spencer Rattler. We don't think he's the best quarterback.
Not at all.
But this guy was his. It appeared to be his safety valve, and he seemed like he was all. Of course, the highlight tape, but he just always seemed like he was able to get open. And this guy is, I got him fourth, and I don't know if the Lions will take him because he strikes me as I need the ball, And now, if you tell me that he's coming in and he's going to fill that Josh Reynolds role where, when you need him, he's there, cool. But I don't, if he's on board with that, hey, he would be a great fit because this guy's got speed. Another thing, I watched an interview with him and he said that scouts were trying to, or not scouts, but, people at the combine were making subtle comparisons to Debo. And if you watch the highlights, man, he's got some Debo packages that they put him in. Reverses out of the backfield, not more like push passes, but I mean, if you put this guy on one side, you got Jamon on the other side, and you got Amon-Ra St. Brown. All three of those guys can run a reverse for you, like the things that Ben Johnson could come up with if you get this guy, it's limitless.
You lost me at he needs the ball because Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have said, man, you can have all the skill in the world, but if you're not one of our guys, then we ain't gonna take you. And if he needs the ball, we got so many playmakers on our team. You got it. The first thing that comes to mind is you got to be willing to share the load. You got to be willing to accept your role in this offense because everybody's a star in this offense. You know what I'm saying? All of our players make plays. You know what I'm saying? At every position, and you are coming in to fill a role. You know what I'm saying? When we need you to do this, we're gonna get a ball to you. When we need something else, we're gonna get a ball to St. Brown. When we need a speedy route, we going to Gibbs or Jameson. So you got to be you can't come in talking about I need the ball. You got to play your role. Know your role.
Yeah.
Jabroni.
I'm not gonna disparage, man. I'm just saying, just based on the interview and based on who he was in college. He just strikes me as if another team drafts him, give it 2-3 years, and he could easily be a team's number one. But
no, I don't doubt that at all. I'm not doubting his skill because I watched like I said, his name came up a couple of times, and I watched a couple of his highlights, but I wasn't really looking for a receiver, so I didn't watch a whole lot. But what I did saw was impressive.
So watch his interview. Let me know what you think. That was just the feel that I got from him. Like I said, if they were to draft him, I mean, the offense is already a top 5 offense. But if they were to draft him, the thing is that I mean, how the Lions do, man. They gotta you gotta build trust with them before they put you out there.
Right.
He gonna be DPJ gonna be starting over him, and he's gonna have to work his way in there and all of that. So I mean, if he's down for
the fight, you got to fight for that position. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, DPJ right now is the number one guy. You got to beat him out for that position because he's the number one big body receiver right now, and as of right now, the spot is his.
Yeah. So if you're down for that grind, I'm with him, but. I don't know how that's gonna go, and it's Brad obviously Brad and Dan gonna do those interviews, and we'll see come draft how they feel about it.
Yeah, you already going into one of my questions for you, but give me your fifth guy.
Fifth guy is last on my list for a reason. That's because even I'm a little on the fence about him, but this guy fits the bill, man. Cam Hart. Defensive back out of Notre Dame.
Well, first off, his name is Cam.
That's too soon, man. Too soon. He fits the bill. This guy, first off, he got that C on his. He got the C on his jersey.
Okay, he's a captain.
Lions love captains. Notre Dame guy.
Okay.
6'3", so a big body, defensive back.
Okay.
Got good speed. Based on what I see, man, he's got high IQ. It seems like one of those DBs that know the routes better than the receivers. Sometimes. I just like what I've seen on his good tape. I watched.
You showed.
Huh?
I said, you showed me. What's the bad? Because right now you just showed me.
So the bad is two things, man. Personal. I go with the first one is a personal preference. He don't got that crazy to him. He seems like a real solid guy. A good head on the shoulders, and just when I think of the best DBs in the league, man, usually they seem a little off.
I said not.
You cut out. Hold on. What'd you say? You said not a problem for you.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Oh yeah. I like I said, that's a personal one. The other one you would have a problem with, which was like I watched his highlights against Ohio State. Yeah, that was Ohio State, I want to say. And that's the top competition in college football. And he never, I didn't watch all of it. I watched half of it. But in the half that I watched, it was like this guy was never involved in the play. And when I watched his highlights, I don't think any of those highlights were from the Ohio State game. So that really gave me a big pause. And I didn't get the same vibe that I got from Max Melton, the other cornerback. So even though this guy fits my build, and again, and like I said, he's on my list. So if the Lions took him, I'd be all for it. But I'm just a little bit hesitant just because there's some things that I'm a little concerned about. But, like I said, 6'3", captain, and high football IQ. Seems like a Brad Holmes guy to me.
I'm still willing to work with him, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand that I understand that he didn't show up in the Ohio State game, but I don't know, man. What I think of our coaches, I think they put out the true potential in guys, man. And I think he was. I think they can do the